Hello and welcome to Pushing Cardboard. I'm Grant Lindeberg, and today we're doing an unboxing of New Cold War, the latest game from Vuca. This is by Andoni Orive and Igor Plaza. Two new designers as far as I know, new to me in any case. This is an interesting looking game. It's specifically set from the end of the Cold War until close to the present. It says it takes place 1989 to 2019, and it's up to 4 players. It's going to say it says 1 to 4, so there must be a solo bot in here as well, I guess. The players are the U.S., Europe, Russia, and China. So we can see sort of the way the alliances are meant to go there. It's a huge box. The dimensions are sort of regular, but it's a little extra thick, and it's fairly heavy. There's going to be a lot in here. The back of the box tells us the complexity is only 4 out of 10, and the solitaire suitability is an 8. So that's good news, I suppose. Should be easy to learn and get into. And it says playing time is about 3 hours. So sounds like this is the kind of game that you can play in an evening. Anyway, let's have a look, see what's in the box. Typical Vuca box. It's got that sort of nice, almost linen finish to the paper. I brought this home, and my 20-year-old son was like, "Oh man, cool cover." So I don't know if it'll make him play the game with me, but at least he appreciated the cover. All right, here we go. This looks like the rule book. It's got the same look and feel of other Vuca rule books. If you've played any Vuca games, they have a nice, really nice rule books in that they're, as you can see, plenty of illustrations, plenty of examples, and this is what I really like. There's a section here, and it ends here. They don't just start the next big section there. They wait and start it on the next page. They don't feel obliged to use every square inch of paper, which I totally appreciate. Sort of glossy paper. Oh, there we go. So it looks like 24 pages for the main rules. Then we start in a section on how to play with less than 4. And then it looks like we're going to have some bots for, yeah, well, that makes sense. Bots for when you have less than 4. So the whole rule book is 48 pages, but a lot of it isn't rules. A lot of it is, there's a tutorial here in the back, and there's the bots and the special rules for less than 4, and some designer's notes and whatnot. So, yeah, good looking rule book. Okay, there's a ton of small tokens here. And some of them, well, you'll get to see. Some of them seem to have like a symbol indicating their faction, but some are just like these little. You see these little blue. These have no faction. These are a smaller cylinder that are just some kind of a marker. But yeah, we've got. I don't think I have any USA ones here, but I've got some China, some Russia, and some European ones there. So there we go. That's the wood bits. They look very nice. It looks like we have 3 decks of cards. It is definitely a card-driven game. So who knows if this is all one big deck, or if these decks are supposed to be separate. That's unknown to me, because I haven't seen this. This is my first. What am I trying to say? This is the first time I've ever seen this game. I haven't seen somebody else playing it or seen anything online about it. So these look a lot like a lot like the CDG cards you might see. We have there's a number up in the corner that you might guess would be some kind of ops point. Some of the cards are linked to a certain, like these all say EU on them. I don't know. Well, here's some China objective cards. I don't know what that means. US objective, so Russia objective, Europe objective. So only part of these are the cards with what looks like ops and events and a few other things on it. I bet we're going to see even more of that in these other decks. So here's a bunch that are China. They look similar to the ones that we saw for the EU. Some of them have these 2 numbers at the top left, so there's going to be something different there. And they also, across the bottom, there's some say first decade, second decade, and then third decade. So perhaps we have, divided up into 3 decks. And here's US cards. And here's the final one, and I can just see right off the top, just looking at it through the plastic, that here we have some cards that are neutral, that aren't any specific factions cards, though they have the same sort of thing with the points, the event, some restrictions, and who knows what this X and the little unlock means. There's a lot of different symbols along. A lot of them don't have a symbol, but some, here's another one, looks like something about Africa there, maybe. Neutral cards, and then here's Russian cards. So that's it, that's the cards. Those look, they're nice, good quality cards, and quite three decks of them. Here is the map board. This is going to be big, and I don't know if I'll get the whole thing in the shot, but basically, I've seen this from the box. I know what we're going to get into here. Let's see. So you can see we have South America over here, Africa here, Central Asia, sort of, and then the India, South China Sea stuff down there. So that's, I guess that's Southeast Asia, I guess they're calling it. We have Europe over here, a little bit for the Middle East, Central America here. That's interesting. There's no place that's actually North America. There's South America, Central America, Europe, and then here we have spots for events. It says, and then if they go this way, it's operations points. I guess, who knows? First decade, second decade, third decade. Some kind of a turn track. Maybe a different kind of a turn track over here. Let's get you a little closer look at some of the detail here. Yeah, well, it's definitely an attractive map, but whoa, there is a lot going on there. So I can't even really begin to guess what all that stuff is about. Finally, we're going to have what I guess to be is probably some, it's not much for counters here. Those little, the wooden discs are the main counters. We have some, I don't know what these are. We have some vetoes. These are just like markers for stuff that's going on, I would think. And these all relate to different places. Oh, and then we have individual play mats for each player. So perhaps the different, yeah, there's different information depending on who you are. The Russian one doesn't look the same as the Chinese one. And I'm sure that's the same for the US and the EU. Well, that's great. There's a lot of information on these. Well, there we go. That's this game is unlike anything I've played in quite a while. This is a little bit more abstract in some ways, but it looks like it's going to be sort of just a different take on geopolitics. It reminds me in some ways of Twilight Struggle, just vaguely. I mean, it picks up where Twilight Struggle left off, and the mechanics look completely different. But the fact that it's clear that it's not about armed conflict or anything like that. It looks like it's definitely about geopolitics. So politics being the main thing here. Anyway, this was New Cold War from Vuca Games, and I totally look forward to getting this to the table. I gotta hopefully round up 3 other players, or maybe I'll try out the solo bot, whatever. Anyway, I'm Grant Lindenberg for Pushing Cardboard. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.